Today was the swearing in so that we can be all ready to go, and there'll be no gaps, and we're going to hit the ground running.
What are we hitting the ground running with?
Well, this administration and my office, we are so excited because I really see that Portland and Multnomah County is starting to turn the corner. And we're getting to a place where the community is really ready to see change. They're ready to see a lot of involvement in public safety, and I'm very excited for that.
Public safety. Tell me what you think the district attorney's role is in maintaining public safety.
Well, first and foremost, I've always talked about being compassionate but holding people accountable. Our job at its core is to make sure that laws are enforced and done so fairly. The other piece is that we have an opportunity to stand up for victims and people that quite frankly have been through some really traumatic events, and we have the opportunity to stand up and be that voice in court and seek justice on their behalf.
I want to ask you about the public defender shortage. Right now we're at about a dozen defendants who don't have representation. How soon do you imagine getting the ball rolling on that?
Well, let's be clear. Actually, when we talk about that dozen, you're probably talking about the people that are in custody. There's more like 1,000 cases that don't have public defenders. Now, when I talk about this, just to be clear, I don't call it a shortage. I call it a public defense work stoppage. Because, quite frankly, there are more public defenders than there are prosecutors. But we are simply not refusing to do the work. We're here every day working for this community.
So do you plan on hiring more prosecutors and public defenders?
Well, certainly I am going to be rolling out plans to increase public safety investment in this community. As a part of that, yes, I want to see a new and better approach when it comes to public defense where they're not refusing to take cases. I want to make sure that defendants have representation so that those cases can be handled, that victims can get justice.
How soon can we hear what that plan is?
Well, this plan will certainly start to take form in the next few months. We'll have all the budgetary cycles with the county that come, and eventually will get approved in June of this year. I expect in the next few months we'll really start to sharpen our pencils and get out the details.
I want to ask you about deflection. Some of our reporting has shown that people have gone to the deflection centers and then just sent right back out, and there hasn't been a ton of accountability. What role can you take, if at all?
Well, the district attorney's office really plays a central role in this because we ultimately have the deciding point of do we charge people with crimes or not. And we've been very involved with deflection. I got asked to be a part of that once it had already kind of gotten started. And I've been very clear that my expectation is that people do meaningfully engage in treatment. I've had great conversations with the county chair, and as we've discussed, this program will evolve. And we're going to look carefully at data and make sure that that exact issue you raise is being taken care of, because I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to connect people with treatment, and I also want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to really give community relief from this public use of drugs in our city and in our county.
So when will that happen in the process? Because right now they go in and then they just decide not to get any treatment and they walk right back out. Will you guys be intercepting right then and there, or will you then have to find them later in the process?
Well, certainly if we made a change to how deflection is operated, we could do that. Other counties and other jurisdictions use a citation process. And so if someone doesn't follow through with deflection, then they have to appear in court. That may be a model we need to go to. It's something that, certainly the chair and I have discussed, and our other public safety partners. There's a group and we're working on this, and I anticipate that we will carefully look at the data as it comes out, because we're still only a couple months in. And we want to make sure that we're really carefully looking at what's happening with these individuals. Are we doing the things necessary to connect them with treatment? Are we doing the things necessary to help this community get to a healthier place?
I did want to ask you, some viewers have told us that they're concerned there's a narrative that more prosecution means a safer city, a safer Portland County, what have you. But studies have shown that that's not necessarily the case, that progressive prosecutors haven't necessarily increased crime directly by their existence. What do you say to that?
Oh, I think there's lots of different studies that can say a lot of different things. And what I do know is that there are victims and there are real crimes that occur, and those need to be handled appropriately. There's an expectation from this community that they have a system that works. and that they have a prosecutor who is ready to fight for this community and is ready to really stand up for victims, and that's what I intend to do.
Anything else you want to add, Mr. Vasquez?
I'm really excited and thankful that I have an office with staff and attorney that are so dedicated to doing this work and to helping this community, and we are dedicated to doing the right thing for the right reason, and I really believe that we're going to carry that forward.